here. Okay, guys, welcome again, everyone, to another Elliott Wave Forecast Interactive Forum. And believe it or not, guys, this is a very powerful tool for traders. And I mean, this is a very powerful tool for traders because it gives you what our view after the New York and the London session. I'm sorry about that. And that's something that you guys can take that's gonna let you guys go to bed with a pretty much a very good idea of what we think about the market. Today is Monday, 19th of November, on the week of Thanksgiving. So that's pretty nice. I love the Thanksgiving holiday. Besides having football all day, it's very nice holiday in my opinion. So what is taking place on the market? Well, I want you guys, and I want to be clear with you guys in how we should approach it. As you guys know, we always go step by step, and we always trade an ad based in confirmation most of the time. You guys know also that our overall view is that the market is doing a correction. This is not a crash or anything of that nature, at least until now. And we're doing a correction most likely of the cycles from June the 4th in many instruments, or July 24 in the case of the dollar. For example, this is June 4, this is September 14. This is oil. Now, why do I have oil right there in top of, why do I have oil as the first instrument presenting to you guys? Because it's the most significant bounce the most significant bounce against the biggest cycle. In other words, if you take a look at the S&P, the DAX, the UK, every one of them, they can be doing a correction within the correction. Same with the dollar, same with the euro. But oil and copper are the one that they are more significant. Why? Because if I put the S&P 500 or the dollar, let's put the dollar here. Over here, the dollar can be correcting a secondary cycle here. Or it can be done. You see? The dollar either can do this and this, or the dollar can be done. All right? So technically, we got no mathematical proof that the dollar is correcting the cycle from September 14. All right? We don't have proof that that's the case. But the oil, we got proof that is here for the biggest correction or a renewal of a trend to the outside. So, in conclusion, this is key. September 14 of 2012. And then you got the secondary peak that took place on October 17th. Now, what I'm trying to say is that in the case of the dollar, we can be correcting a cycle from September for October 17. In the case of oil, is the whole cycle. That's why oil becomes so important. Everybody understood that. Right? Everybody got that one. Now, what happened is that if you take a look, there is a correlation between the oil and the dollar. It's not the biggest one or the better, but there is a correlation there. Now, the same, it can be said about Cooper. If we take Cooper and we throw it there, it looks like Cooper also ended the same cycle from here, most likely. So at this stage, is something that I got it now is don't be a hero. What I mean with don't be a hero is take it step by step. Me personally, I'm not trading the dollar onto the 1 hour and the 4 hour align in the trend report. And don't trade in the dollar. I don't want to be a hero. Right? I will wait. I would rather go to the closest and wait for the alignment in the 1 hour and the 4 hour. But I want you guys to understand that oil has more outside. It has a target of 92, 95 in 1 hour. And if we get back here to the dollar, what I'm trying to say is that the dollar is either done or the dollar is going to do a B and a C. All right? So it's a bad trade, in my opinion. Trading the dollar at this stage is a bad trade, in my opinion. I would rather wait for my 4 hour to become bearish, and then I can go and sell it. Or I will wait for my 1 hour to become bullish again, and I would buy to the outside. All right? But like a member say on the room, when you see the 1 and the 4 in a different direction, that's very dangerous for the traders. We were right on Thursday when we say that the 1 hour trend changed in the euro. There we are. We were right there. But like I say, it's dangerous, the dollar at this stage. You need to wait for confirmation. Until then, avoid the dollar trade. Now, there is, of course, there is a reason, of course, why we are favoring this scenario as of right now. All right? But it can be done. Don't get me wrong. It can absolutely be wrong. Enough for the 1 hour to be bullish, to get a big move tomorrow and invalidate the downside in the dollar. in the outside in the dollar. Now, avoid the dollar trade. Now, there is a pair which I'm going to include over here, which, as you guys know, is the euro yen. And the reason that I'm including here is as follows. If you take a look at the euro yen, it's very, very, very well correlated with the US dollar index. Due to the fact, many of you guys know why, is because the euro is the biggest contributor to the dollar index. And because of that, what happened is that the euro yen, in some degree, being part of the euro index, they correlate. So right here, what we can see is the same day that the bottom, September 14. And then from there, this is very tricky. I was calling the flat. We were calling the flat here. And we kind of went away because we didn't get the 405 that we were expecting. So it can be doing many things right here, guys, that you guys have no idea. But that's not my issue, and that's not my problem at this stage. The way I look at it is that from here, the euro yen is ending a 5-way swing, which that means to be that after this swing ended, we're gonna see yen strength. In other words, some sort of euro weakness. If we put the three together, you see how the euro rallied also from here. Which we were right when we say over there that the euro is going to go to the 28.56. And honestly, I tend to believe that base in this swing in the euro yen, still the dollar can do this swing. The same with the euro. For 129 can do another leg lower. Now, if you're gonna sell the euro, in my opinion, don't improvise. Don't improvise with selling the euro in another price that is not 28.99 area. Something in between, it needs confirmation. I mean, so my best advice is don't play hero. Don't go and start selling the euro around 128, 128.40. No. Wait for the level. The level is 28.95, which is 80.19 in the dollar. If it doesn't get there, when we see the 1 hour trend change, then you can attack the dollar trend looking for an 81.99. The same with the euro. If the euro do not reach 128.95, doesn't matter. You can attack the downside after confirmation looking for 126 area or 125. Is you gotta be smart. You gotta be smart and don't be a hero. And like I say, in the case of the dollar, I still like the possibility of the double trip. In other words, something for like a new high. But I know that I'm chasing the last swing in a cycle. And that becomes very, uh, very right there. Uh, like I say, that becomes very dangerous to do, trying to be a hero right there. I want you guys to look and understand that both that oil needs a big correction. And this is no more than a domino effect. If I put the cat here, you guys can see how the cat hit the target and is dropping very strong from the target that was 144 area, the minimum target. We upgraded to 10070, but it's dropping for a significant area also. So be careful with the dollar long at this stage. Wait for the targets, which is, for example, in the case of the dollar or the euro, which is 128.95, and don't play the hero. And this is simple, guys. When you see that the 1 hour and the 4 hour, they are not in the same side, that's dangerous right there. Right? Now, about the indices. Okay? This is the UK index. What you guys see in there. Very strong. This cycle ended. If there is going to be a continuation to the downside in this index, it should come from around these areas. Otherwise, it's done in the correction and it's going to go higher. But I repeat the same. And this is, one second. And this is what I recommend to you guys. Wait. You see right now that every index there, it has, that almost every pair is in a fight between a 1 hour and the 4 hour. That's when you don't trade. And if you're going to trade, you trade the 1 hour, which is the smaller degree trend until it changes. Why? Because that's a fight what you have in there. That's a fight what you have in there. And consequently, that's something that is going to create a lot of fight between the 1 hour and the 4 hour, and you cannot get in the middle of a fight, because being in the middle of a fight of the trend is never good. It's never good for the trader. So I repeat my advice, which is that you gotta get away for those fights. And until you don't see that we put the 1 and the 4 hour align, you gotta get away and don't trade those pairs. Look, if you remember the dollar, right here was a fight. This was a fight. Around here, we say gains over 1 and 4 align. It was a honeymoon. Guys, agree or no? It was a honeymoon all the way to here. Do you guys agree with me or no? Everybody's agree with that. What you guys need to know is learn and becomes better traders. And this is a fight. The 4 hour here is bullish. The 1 hour was bearish. You don't trade that pair. Right now it's a fight. You got a 4 hour bullish and the 1 hour bearish. You don't trade until the market decide. And even more after having reached, even more after having reached the 50% back of the previous cycle. You gotta wait now for the market to either turn the corner and go to the next extension, or the market say that's enough and go into 77. You cannot be a hero. Listen, if you go to war, most of the people end in being hurt or heroes. Not many heroes alive. And now the dollar pairs are within the 5. So don't get involved on it. Leave the euro alone. Leave every one of them alone. They are better trades than those trades. You guys understand that, right? That's my advice. So the UK is strong. Let's see when we run at the end of the day how it looks like. As of right now, they are strong. And we need to know later on today if there is any damage to the view of the trend. So that's something that I wanna say, because I know how people are, and it's time to be a smart, guys. We have developed these computer things that it catch the trend like nothing seen before. Because remember, in the case of the euro, we told you guys here that it's gonna go here, and look where we are. That's mad. And you don't need to be a hero and serve the euro here on the 50 back. You don't need to do that. That's stressful. You gotta wait either the euro invalidate the outside on when it turn lower. He's gonna go, if he go to, let's say if the euro goes to 129, at least minimum is gonna do 126 to the downside. No, even it can even do 125. It's 400 pips. I would rather let the first 100 go, and when I get confirmation, I sell it on the pullback. That being a hero and see myself right here. All right. So, like I say, avoid the dollar pairs for now. All you need to do is you go to I don't know if the trend report is, let me see if I can get it from here because the service is down. I doubt it that I'm going to be able to get it. It's down. You need to find a way. How you doing, Isaac? I like the long Euro Aussie. That's the only position that I have open. The long Euro Aussie. I have an alignment between every trend. I like buying the dollar yen and a pullback. I like selling the Aussie yen. It's the same. Pound Aussie and Euro Aussie should be the same. Yeah, that's what I like. I like fading the Aussie yen around 84.66. Those are the trades that I like. And the reason why is because they are aligned. Okay, because Isaac, I know that you understand what I mean. If we have developed these things, that it let me know when the cycle ended and it give me a target, I need to look when everyone is aligned and I go to my targets. And the Euro Aussie is pretty good long. It can do some things in between. I don't deny that. Doesn't matter. It's a long against last week low or 121.70.50 area. Those are the ones that I like. I believe the Aussie yen is doing a flat. I'm expecting yen strength very soon. And I believe that the euro also should get another extension lower. The only thing is that I don't have confirmation. And remember, when the 1 hour change, if it's a B way, the 4 hour never gonna change. But when the 1 hour change and it's the real move, it will never get back to the 4 hour, and then it's gonna make. So what I'm saying is, I see the euro and see the dollar here as a sell, but that's going to contradiction with the long in the 4 hour. I would rather wait for the system to tell me that it's going to break this low. That's going to happen around here. Anyway, it's going to be a long move to the downside. No need to rush. The same with the euro. If the euro has a low and it won't go to 126, doesn't matter to me because I'm going to know it around 128. I'm going to buy the putback looking for 120, 35, 136. All right? No need for rush. Now, the euro yen is telling me that it's possible a putback in risk. And maybe all we're doing is what we're laboring, a big way in risk that we're laboring. So I'm going to stay with my Euro Aussie. I'm going to try to sell the Aussie yen when I get confirmation of a flat for now. And I'm going to leave the dollar group apart, the same with the indices. All right? Any question? That's all I have to say. I think that gives you a very good idea of what we like. Isa is telling me pound ounce is very good. I trust him. If he say that, most likely it's very good also. Anybody has a question about anything? You understand, Isa, what I mean, right? No. No. All I'm saying about the dollar yen, about the yen pairs, Isa, is that a cycle for a secondary low is ending. You see what I mean? What I'm saying is that a cycle from here is ending. This cycle should be ending. Sometime soon. And that's some sort of yen strength. And that's what I say, that if the euro yen here is going to do this, the euro dollar should do some sort of correction lower. That's what I'm saying. That I know that the move in the euro dollar won't happen for current levels, because the euro yen is giving me that clue. That's what I mean. Now, can you repeat what you like? Euro Aussie long. Euro Aussie long. That's what I like. I like Aussie yen, some sort of short for 84.66 area. That's what I like. I don't like to sell in Aussie. I don't like selling New Zealand. I don't like touching the dollar. Either way, that's my view. The thing is that everything is a step by step. And everything is a step by step. And I don't think that at this stage is a good moment to touch the dollar, because you're gambling within the fight in the dollar. Exactly. Thank you, Kelly. Now, about Cooper. Like I say, it looks like Cooper the same as oil, and this is very deep. I mean, Cooper is not. Let me see the RSI, what it did today. You see, Cooper is like oil. This cycle's ended. And we can be already in the real move. We have no proof yet. All we know is that at least now in Cooper, the target should be 362. Now, Cooper can be doing a bullish triangle here. And it's going to do this, this, and this also. You see? I like a long. At this stage, I like a long. We upgrade the trend right there. We like a long. Now we need to wait. It's like everything in life, guys. It's being smart, no a hero. And you're welcome. I mean, Cooper, he has a target of around 420. You don't need to be a hero $1 below. Wait. No need to be a hero, guys. Wait. That's going to be one of my resolution for New Year is make each one of you guys a way for that scalping mentality that needs to be trading every day. Wait for confirmation. We got a very powerful tool with that trend report. The trend that we report is right almost 90% of the time. Guys, that's enough. But you have to create your own mentality that wait. This was a 5 right here. Look. This is the dollar. This was a 5. This was a honeymoon. Simple. You make money in the honeymoon. You take vacation in the 5. And that it looks like that takes a while to understand it. If there is going to be another honeymoon to the outside, you got to wait for the confirmation. But you're waiting for the biggest honeymoon at all, which is the one that is going to take a lower here. But we got to wait what side he's going to go. All right? Okay, guys, I got to go. That's all. I got to go do the Spanish one now. And Luis is going to be around. The side is going to be down until 3 p.m. Greg, send me your question on the Skype. The size is going to be down. We need to upgrade it. We put it in numbers. Last month we did almost 1.5 visit to the site. This month we have done already 1.5, and it's half of the month. We've been very busy with traffic. We run out of BPS, and we got to install a second one to be able to absorb the traffic. So that's the reason that we are grading, and that's what we done. All right? Unfortunately, it cannot be done over the weekend. It has to be done during the business hours. All right? Thank you, guys. Recording as soon as possible. Thank you, Kelly.